Friday, September 3rd, 10:55 p.m. 2021. This is the summary of my day. The light bulb still doesn't work here, and then this one is burning out. Oh man, it's a whole disaster. Do I have to turn on the main light? I guess I do. I don't want to. I want to fall asleep. All right. I'm really tired, so let's get this done with. I'm not even going to post this tonight. I'm just going to film it and I'll post it in the morning. Okay, so last night, did the gratitude ceremony with the kids, and then I came down here to record, but then I think maybe I'd already eaten, and then I recorded this. In any case, see, my little fedora is getting all crushed. In any case, I went to bed too late. I think it was 11:30, and the podcast ended around 12:30, but I was still up. And then I was just lying there, and I think I fell asleep, but then at 3 in the morning, I woke up, I'm like, oh, why am I up? And then put on another podcast, the Matt Walsh Show, which is another conservative guy, so it's all upsetting. And then it's like 4 o'clock, and I'm like, why am I still up? And I guess I fell asleep a bit, but when I did sleep a bit, I think my first set of dreams, up to 3 a.m., was like some virus like eating me, like bugs. My legs were getting eaten, I was getting eaten alive. And then the next round, when I finally fell asleep, was like people try to kill me. I was being hunted by people who were trying to kill me, and I'm like, okay. And then I finally looked at my phone. It was 8:30, and my sister was texting saying, we're going out to Denny's for Daddy's birthday. Are you coming? I'm like, I texted back, I didn't sleep, but I'll try to get up. She's like, well, we're leaving right now, so don't worry about it. We'll see you after. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm like, I should go, So I got up, I showered, and then I started drawing a cartoon for my dad, and I ordered an Uber, and then I was drawing the cartoon in the Uber, and I got there just as they were paying the bill. I'm like, okay. And then my sister's husband, Dan, wasn't there. It's just Diana. And then she was having trouble with her Parkinson's, so she held my dad's shoulders as they walked out. And then we divvied up. I think I was going to go with my dad, but then Ayla, my niece, asked if she could come in the car with us, so she came, so that was nice. And we pushed my sister. She always brings her wheelchair, and this time I guess she actually needed it. But Ayla pushed it, and then we pushed it upstairs, and then we opened the door with the key. Or she did it, actually. So, yeah, it was neat, because now, I remember when she was born, tiny, and now she's like, somebody helping us out with things. It's quite crazy. And she's 9. And then we came back, and then they all went for, like, a walk to the tire swing, but I thought, I don't know, I didn't know when they were leaving today. I thought it was later, and I'm like, okay, I should go through my emails or something. I think that's when I was... Oh, maybe before I left this morning. Yes, I was printing out the things to file my election expenses from 2019. That's what was delaying me. And then, as I said yesterday, or I've told you, that the deadline was Monday to file, and I didn't know that I could fill out these expense things myself until yesterday when I called the government. I was relying on my accountant and kept emailing and emailing for months. So, it took me a while to get them done, but anyways, it's all a disaster. I should have looked into this is a lesson, I guess, in the future. Just if you need to do something, just figure out how to call someone, things aren't that complicated usually. If you just call someone and say, walk me through this, let's get it done. So that's what I gotta do from now on. So anyways, they came back, and then at like 1, they were like leaving, or Ayla came downstairs, said we're leaving or something. I'm like, oh, so I came upstairs and I was saying goodbye, and that was it. They left, and then I was like, I guess I'll start working. Actually, I think I was sitting on the couch here just going through YouTube or whatever, and started uploading some pictures, and then my dad texted, do you want to come to Dairy Queen? So I went upstairs. Eventually my mom came down, so we drove to one far away where we could sit down. We went to Westboro. Oh yeah, on the way back when my dad was driving me and Ayla, we were driving through Westboro and showing her, like, he's like, oh, that's the church where I was the usher for my best friend once, and there's a good cafe, so we were showing her all this stuff. And then we drove back to the same area, so we got the Dairy Queen. I had a coupon on my app for 2 smoothies, so I got those, and we tried to sit at a table, but there was wasps. We went for a nice walk, and it was actually fun. I was joking around with my mom. She picked up a couple of papers for us, the Kitchissippi News, I guess that's the name of the little neighborhood, and I put one back, but now she's given me her copy, because I figured we shouldn't have 2 copies, but who cares? Like, there's so many piles in these newspapers, and I worry about little things like that. Like I shouldn't take an extra newspaper when nobody cares. Like, anyways, yeah, and I saw a pillow that said home, but I'm like, looked at it, I said, look at that, and my dad said, looks says Lorne, because that's his name, um, and it was kind of an interesting scribble because it looked like both, so it was neat. And we saw a couple of houses that were about to be torn down to make condos. I took pictures of them to have them for posterity, and my mom spotted something called the at the tables, the Dairy Queen originally there was something called the chandelier. So oh, there it is, it's up there. Like, and there was a little sign describing the all the meanings in the statue of this chandelier and stuff. Um, and that was it. We came back, and then I just came downstairs basically, and I thought, oh, I should work. So I don't know what I was doing, going through emails again or something, and then I heard them sort of making food, but I didn't go upstairs because we'd just sort of eaten. And then like 7:30, I was kind of hungry, so I went upstairs. And then my mom was saying earlier, she's like, "Oh, maybe you'll go back and see the girls playing ping pong again." But I messaged them on Facebook, and eventually they got back to me at night saying they were at work and they're done now. So I'm sure I'll see them the next few days. And then I was brushing my teeth like around 9. I'm like, time for bed. And then, oh yeah, it was 9:30. And then I got a video call on my Facebook, and it was my niece and nephew because they're at their other grandfather's house. He lives on this river. It's kind of like a cottage. And my sister said yesterday that she'd be calling me again for the gratitude, because every night they do gratitude. They list off the gratitude things they're grateful for. Um, and uh, and she did call me, and they were sitting in the dark, and we went through all the gratitude. I started doing my summary like this. My sister's like, it's not a summary, it's gratitude. So I tried to stick to just gratitude things. And then I mentioned, oh, something else I'm grateful for is I was just watching some YouTube, and I saw on my feed the cover of The Sound of Silence by this band Disturbed that I'd seen before, I guess, but forgot about. It's from Conan O'Brien from 2016. And I watched it again. It was really cool, and it's inspired me to pick up my guitar again. So I told them about that, and then they were like, "What is it? Sound of Silence?" I said, "Yeah." And my mom or my sister sang. She's like, "Hey, let's like sing it for me." I'm like, "I don't know." Sound of Silence. My sister's like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." I'm like, "Right." And then my sister was singing it, and so after that call, I picked up my guitar and I tried strumming, and like some chords came back to me from a song I wrote for a detergent commercial. And yeah, I just played a little bit of that in my story and posted that. And Alexa from Mexico messaged me. She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I can picture you singing to our baby," or whatever. I'm like, right. So that's very sweet. And then, yeah, some girl from the Philippines messaged me today on Facebook. Or Alexa said, "I'm your number one fan." And then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this girl in the Philippines messaged me today saying, I'm your number one fan. I found you in search." I'm like, "Searching for what?" She's like, "I searched for you." I'm like, "It doesn't make any sense." But she says she wants to do music too. So maybe we can do a duet on Zoom. So I got to get back to my music, man. Because even the guy in Disturbed, he's got like a shaved head. He kind of looks like me. And I'm like, he's doing it. And I'm like, really impressed with him, and it's really good. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, I just got to do it, you know. I'm all mad that this jaw injury from this commercial that they cheaped out on years ago, and my lips all mangled, and my jaw hurts, and I've wasted like 6 years of not playing my guitar. Like, why haven't I been playing guitar every day? Like putting a song a day on YouTube or something. I don't know, but just got to take action now, right? There's nothing you can do to go back. I mean, I've been sitting here, this pandemic's been a year. Like, what if I had just said, okay, pandemic, it's go time. I'm going to sit down and write my screenplay for an entire 2 days. Next day, I'm going to write like something to fill the whole time, right? But I guess I can start that right now. Like, just go hard. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I'm not even going to post this now. I'm just going to get into bed. And yeah, hopefully I can sleep. And cause yeah, I had to cancel 2 interviews today. There's one at 10 I was supposed to do, and then one at 4. I originally canceled, but then I said I could do it. And he's like, "Okay, I can do it." And I was just like, "I'm too tired. I can't function." So, but I want to start doing the interviews because I really like them, and I've been getting good feedback on the one I just did with Mary Ellen. Even the modeling agency has been commenting on YouTube and sharing it on Instagram. And the woman who runs the agency messaged me and said, "Hey, are you still available for acting work?" So yeah, got all this stuff happening. And my name is Spark. What if Spark is a singer? I started writing a little song. I was just strumming it called Spark, Spark Love, or I don't know what it is. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Just keep throwing stuff out there. Share your thoughts, share your passion, share your love with the world. That's it. That's all we can do. Let's just give each other a big hug. I was about to blow you a kiss, as if you're a person, but you're just a phone I'm talking to. Yeah, I think it was Alexa saying, well, she watched my story. She's like, oh my God, I give you a big kiss right now. It reminds me of Allison when I wrote a song for her in university. And I gave her a tape to give to her. I gave it to her friend who was visiting her in Woodstock, and her friend gave it to her, and then Allison went into a car to listen to the tape, and then I've got a voicemail tape of her saying, "Oh my God, I've never missed someone as much as I miss you right now," and you can hear the song playing in the background, and I'm like, "Oh my God." Yeah, I wonder where she called me from. We didn't have cell phones, so maybe she was in the house playing it on her tape deck or something. Wow. Allison. Yeah, it was a song. It was called the Alley Song. Anyways, and it was played on this very guitar. Here it is. So, and here we are. Still you and me in the guitar. I mean, me and you, guitar. I love you, guitar. Good night, everyone.